Now we just going to start the session. First of all, I'll invite the today's moderator, Mr. Vinay Ahlawat. Uh, he is the Associate Dean and Head IT Operations.
So, good afternoon, everyone. So, hope this afternoon is going to very important for everyone. So, today we have an open house session with Ashish Vallaji. So, that's why we mentioned it's open house with AB. But it has another meaning also. A is a one side and B is a one side. So, A we can say the inspiring students, budding professionals who are looking for the career for industry. Another side we have a employer. So for that opinion, we have a very good gesture person in front of with us, Ashish Ballaji. So I would like to call Ashish sir on the dais with me. Then we will have a chit chat with all of you.
All the best and best wishes to all the students.
So the whole idea is this: ki we don't want to keep this session one way side, as we always have the guest lectures and the other things. Today we will discuss your things with us, what you have in your mind, because we know the next year is going to be very difficult in terms of to get the jobs in the market. There are the different threats into the market. So before we begin formally, so I'll just introduce our guest of today. So Shri Ashish Ballaji is the director and the head of campus relations at HCL Technology. And he is a multifaceted HR professional with over 18 years of diverse background. So this is a great thing, the person we have with us. His journey at HCL Tech has been compelling in a variety of roles and has witnessed multiple phases of the IT industry, including service-centric, recession, product-centric, and disruptive innovation. He is responsible for visualizing the HR roadmap, which is very important for all of you, driving strategy and implementing operational priorities in line with company's overall mission. He's a frequent speaker at various colleges and HR events, so he has a very good experience talking while with the students as well as the professionals. So he has a very good insight what exactly an employer needs. So he will tell you how you should prepare for yourself if you are going for the interview. So his desire to bring change to the student community and next gen leaders keeps him motivated and excited. And most important, I just found out one motto of his life. So he says, if you feel like there's something out there that you are supposed to be doing, if you have a passion for it, then stop wishing and just do it. So whatever you have, the dreams in your mind, you should create a roadmap for that and you should just start acting on that. So this session we have divided into three different sessions of 20 minutes. So first of all, we will take words from sir. Then we will have a QA from you. So our first session will be on how to crack or prepare for the interview. This is a very basic fundamental question all of you have because you are the final pre-final year student, and after 6 months your drives will be there. In next session, we will discuss about the post-boarding expectation by employer and the employee. So how the both things look at to each other and how it will be best fitted. That's again will come from sir side. The very last and the most important session, we will discuss about the how to balance professional and the social life. It is again a very important thing. So I was just reading about the lot of the trends in the market. In last year, 2022, we have a lot of recession now. The big giant companies are laying off their employees, or either the experienced people are just quitting the jobs. So as I mentioned, if we are just talking about these pre-final students, so how they should take it and how they should prepare for the next session.
Thank you. So, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so first of all, thanks to your college PlaceCom team, training team, HODs for planning this session out. And it was not as such a long plan as ma'am was saying, that it was just last week we met. And we were discussing that how we should take it forward while there is an engagement already running, and we've been hiring from your college You have some alums sitting with me. Those are MBAs. Then we have hired technical graduates from your college. 100 plus offers we have released. So even if this session is not there, that doesn't mean the placement will not happen. And it's not necessary that all of you will come and apply for HCL or join HCL. The purpose of this session is to tell you what is happening outside. Today it's all about social media, right? We do a lot of social media. And the first and foremost one is what? Insta? Yes? Insta stories, Insta updates. Sometimes we give to LinkedIn also. Then LinkedIn, what we do on LinkedIn? How many of you have LinkedIn account? Very good.
Everyone.
Now, how many of you open LinkedIn every day?
Good.
What you do on LinkedIn every day? You read the post, you repost the post, you react to the post, or you create something new. Don't answer me, answer yourself. Find out how much productive work that you do every day. And I will come to it why I'm saying all this, because whatever I'm saying, it will link to the three questions that will come up. So what we should do on LinkedIn? One way is that yes, people are posting their views, they are writing stories, they are complaining about their managers, their companies, and we jump into it. We also say, my God, company should not do this, manager should not do this, without even knowing what has happened. Second way is we try to understand that why people react that ways or why people are posting that ways. Have you seen anybody on LinkedIn, any manager on LinkedIn saying that my team member is bad? Have you seen any organization saying that my employees are bad? No. So it's always good to have both perspectives to it. Second, you need to be responsible on social media. It reflects your behavior, it reflects your qualities. So it's very important to have your personal branding, but how you shape that up, it's in your hands. And the time will not be far when the hiring will have a reflection of how you do on social media. The companies have already started doing it. They scan your social media profile and see what you do, how much active you are, and what type of. It's more of like your behavioral trait, or maybe your thought process about your career, your future, right? So that is where you need to be. We used to call it socially responsible. Now it's social network responsible also. So coming to the question of how we should prepare. So this is one perspective how you should prepare for any organization, be it HCL Tech or any other company. Uh, there are two major things any organization will look at. One is the functional side of it. Now, when I say functional side of it, that is your domain understanding, your knowledge, whatever you do in BTech, your coding capabilities, or if you're from mechanical, how good you are in those your subjects, your electives. Your CGPA is one reflection. So that is how good you are functionally. Second part of it is how good you are in your behavioral competencies. Now, behavioral competencies, what that could be? First and foremost is communication skills, correct? How many of you believe that a software engineer or a mechanical engineer or anybody who has done BTech, the person should have good communication skills? How many of you believe that? How many of you believe that coding does not require communication skills? Give your answers, don't give your friend's answer. So what do you believe? So why it is required? And this is obviously it's a debatable thing. A lot of people say that I'm very good in communication skills. Now, what is the definition of good communication skills? Is it about talking fast English? No. It's about talking right English. It's about talking meaningful English, where people can correlate, where people can understand, where you can put your point of view. So you may be very smart, 10 CGPA, the best gold medalist of your college, right? You can win hackathons, codathons, all. But if you cannot communicate, then what's the benefit of that learning or the expertise that you have? That is one part of it. Second is, if you work in an organization, and today the way the economy has moved, the technology has moved, so it is the reach is expanded in every type of business. So you will have people, if you join any organization, you will have people working in different countries, different cities. So let's leave country aside. Maybe you will say that, okay, UK, US accent is a problem. What about India? So let's take HCL example. HCL is a big organization. How big? Very big. Very, very big. Can we put some number? How many employees? 2 lakh? More than 2 lakh. So 5 lakh is also more than 2 lakh. So it is around 2.5 lakhs. Okay. Revenues. So you all knew this session is happening, right? Correct? Yes, no, or it's a surprise to you. My God, energy gone. You all knew that there is this session. Okay.
What we said, it is an open house session. It's
Yeah.
not a delivery of the lecture. So whatever the things you, if you will interact more, if you will be prompt with the answers, then it will be better.
I could have easily come with 30-35 minute speech, stand over there, give a speech and go back. But that's not the intent from the college management or myself. We are not here to do just tick in the box. We really wanted this to be meaningful. And that's why the questions that been picked up, and that's what I was telling them over lunch, that these are the actual questions which students would be having. But surprisingly, looks like those questions are not there.
And
Or
the
maybe
most
you are
important thing, sir, these things, if they are searching on the YouTube, how to crack, you might be having n number of the videos. But if you want to listen from a person who always recruit in a year a number of the people, freshers, so I think you will get the better answers. Fine. So this is the whole objective behind this open house. So I'll request everyone to be a little bit more interactive rather than in this.
Okay,
way.
so we change the format a bit. Okay. Yeah. Now don't make me to come down there also. So today's session is all about how you should see your next 1 year, 1.5 year, right? That is next 6 months for your placement, post that placement to joining period, and then once you join our organization, how you should take it forward. Correct? Good. That's what you wanted me to stand up. Okay. So if you have to be ready to be a job ready, leave aside the organization. So HCL Tech, obviously, it's 2.5 lakh employees, $12 billion of revenues. We operate out of 57 countries, 167 nationalities. That's how big HCL is. And HCL Tech is third largest IT company in India. So if, say, let's take example of HCL. Within India, we have offices in Noida, Lucknow, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, Vijayawada, Nagpur, Hubli. Yeah, all these key cities. Now, every city has their own regional background of students, correct? And in colleges or at home, everybody speaks regional language. Even over here, while sometimes you will be forced to speak English, but rest you will prefer to talk in Hindi outside. Same way for those cities. Now, if you join a project where you join from Noida, right, and there are other counterparts of the same project working out of Vijayawada or Chennai or Bangalore office, now what is one common language? English. That's how it is designed. Obviously, it could have been Hindi, but that's how we have adapted more towards West. So that's the maybe one part of the problem. But the common language is English. That's why it is important. And if you work in a project where you have counterparts sitting outside India, then it is only English. Correct? So that's why it is very important. And how you can improve English? I'm sure you must be trying. Some of you rate yourself, yes, I'm very good in English. Some of you will think, okay, I need to work. So how you try to improve your English? Stand in front of mirror and talk. Read English newspaper. That's the standard way, right? But that was the way when we did not have internet. Even when I was studying, so this was the only way to improve your English communication skill. Stand in front of mirror and read English newspaper or watch English movies or English news. Today you have internet. There are lot of sites, platforms, applications where you speak, they read and they tell you what's the right way to pronounce that. If you talk in front of mirror, right? Will mirror tell you that you are talking wrong? So how you will judge that whether you are right or wrong? So that is one part, that how you can improve your communication skills. Second is, so you've been told to give speech in your classroom. That's the way to improve. That's the standard process. Sir, can we change the process? Let them take a session of junior batches and senior batches, not to their own class. Because within their own class, they have that comfort. And they still feel comfortable talking. But that's not going to happen once they join our organization. So let them take sessions, give speech to the junior batches, different classes, different specializations, and junior or senior, either side. And even cross-functional. Let MBA to talk in BTech and BTech to talk in MBA. Why MBA should not know about technology? Not as in what to code, but how technology is moving. I have so many MBAs in my team. They do technical hiring. Shouldn't they know that what technology is? So that's one way to look at the communication skill, and which is very important. Today, post-test clearance, so post-clearing technical test, there are more than 50% people who are rejected in communication skills. So you have to decide which part of 50% you are, this side or this side. Okay. Another part of behavioral which you have to develop and get into your habit is being adaptable, being open to accept and learn. Don't be so rigid. No, I want this only. There is a saying, अपना लक्ष्य decide करो and keep running there. But who says कि लक्ष्य को ऐसे ही जाना है? If I want to go and sit on that seat, why I should go from here only? Why I can't go from here? It's a longer route. But I may increase my speed and maybe still reach faster. And why I'm telling you all this? Because this is what I see when I go in all the colleges, that there is so much of rigidity to adapt, to accept the changes. Taking admission in a good college does not guarantee placements. Please. Your placement team can do one big thing for you, is to get big companies to come and take interviews. Interview sir nahi denge. Interview aapko dena hai. Correct? So, prepare for those interviews in a way that you should show your passion, you should show your communication skills, that you can communicate well, you should be able to communicate that yes, this is the technical knowledge that you have gained in your BTech, and you are very clear and adaptable for your future opportunity that you'll get in the organization. And this is the simplest way I could explain in just 4-5 points that you need to focus. Rest everything will fall in place. Placement season aata hai. So what comes in our head? How will we decide our placement? Yeah, what is our interest? How we decide which company to sit? बोल दो सब CTC बोलना चाहते हैं. Is it? CTC, right? Huh? Job. Role. Pakka. I'll click your picture. When I come for placement, then I'm going to pick you out separately. Will not discuss money with you. Okay. So, CTC, money, very important in life. Correct? Very, very important. Most important thing in life. Correct? Very good. Who are saying yes? Sir, जब yes बोलेंगे ना, कैमरा उन सबकी तरफ भी कर लेना. ठीक है, मुझे सबका फोटो चाहिए वो. So, money is important. I agree. But you have to decide how much money is important at what point in time, where you are going to change your priorities for rest of the things. Today, is money so important that you will keep your role, your learning, your organization, your career to the back seat? Money can buy a lot of things, correct? Yes? Money can buy a good bed. Can money buy sleep? With sleeping pills, yes. Right? Money can buy a house, very nice, fancy house. Can money buy a home? No. Salary comes on the last date of the month. So 30th, very excited. We all get very excited. Wow, salary आने वाला है सुबह. Right? Message देखते रहते हैं. बस अभी आया, अभी आया. Rest 29 days. What is that happiness every morning then? कि 30th को salary आएगा? No, believe me, we are humans. After 3 months, that salary will be just as a byproduct and it will take it for granted. It's not a factor of happiness. Your daily happiness is that if you have a right role in a company where you can learn and grow. So if you have to put your decision of how to plan your placements, one is developing yourself, one is keeping yourself ready, but how to decide which company to go for. So how will that be? So one is, he said, role, job role, very important. You don't want to do a job role which is irrelevant or not matching with your interest or aspirations. What else we want to look at in our placement? Work environment, very important. You need to have that culture in that organization where you can be happy, where you can learn, grow, good policies, processes of that company. Yes, very important. Location. Wow. एक फोटो भी लेना भाई. Location. Okay. So when I come, if I open the job role, which is for Nagpur and Vijayawada, how many of you will apply? बहुत सारे मना. अभी तो लेफ्ट राइट नहीं देख के अपना हाथ उठाना है यार. मतलब don't look others. Nagpur, Vijayawada. Okay. How many you will apply for Chennai? Okay. Madurai?
Everywhere. You should get a job.
No, this answer will change after 3 months when the placement starts. Okay, so whomsoever has not raised hand, I understand there could be your commitment that you don't want to go to those cities, correct? And most likely it is family commitment? Yes? Okay. If I'm changing those cities of Nagpur and Vijayawada to London and New York, now how many of you will ready to go? अब कहाँ गई family commitment? Let's be fair. You are starting your career, and that is the thing I started with. Don't be too rigid. Think what is right or wrong rather than what is your comfort. Right? So, role, brand, culture, career path, learning, these are the things that you should look for. You go for career, and this is what I always tell my team, you run for career, money will follow you. Correct? So this is how you should plan, prepare for your placement season. Sir, आप अगला question
Thank you, sir. Right, he's rightly mentioned all the things. So regarding this first session, now we'll have a QA. But just to recap, he just mentioned the 4 important outcomes. The first is right use of social media. So I think everyone is using social media. Now start using in a different way. Second, most important outcome is your communication. So start working on your communication skills. And third important outcome, being adaptable, open to learn a new thing, new technology, new everything. And the fourth point, the most important thing, how you decide about the company, where to place. So these were the 4 important takeaways of the first session. I'm very thankful to the sir. I think these 4 points, if you'll mention in your notebook and you will start following all these 4 points, definitely it will work out. So now we may have the questions from the audience. And the question should be related to the first session only, how to prepare for your interview. So if any student has any doubt, want to have any kind of the clarification, or you don't have the questions, raise your hand if, yeah.
You're a volunteer, right? And you have a question. Very good.
And something, but that actually doesn't excite me. I read books in my free times. So is it going to affect?
Okay.
I think your question is related to which social media you should
like
use.
sir
it.
said, it is going to be important. Like the companies will look out how you're working and how vigilant you are on your social media handles. But I am not having a social media handle. The person, like the youth, is using the most. That is.
So I think the right question will be like this: ki what social media platform the student must use it?
Yeah. Unnati, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice name.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so Insta is still considered to be a personal social media platform.
Yes.
While LinkedIn is considered to be professional network, while there are people outside who consider that also to be a personal postings and all, which should not be the case. And that is where, if LinkedIn doesn't take a right step at right time to start cleaning that up, that platform will have a problem in coming years. Now, coming to your question on which platform, I'm not on Insta. I am on Insta, but I'm not on Insta. That means I hardly use it, right? I know 100 या कुछ होंगे followers, वो भी शायद अपनी family के घूम फिर के होंगे, right? But on LinkedIn, I have 27,000 followers.
Great.
Right? So, and I think it's very important that we should draw the line what is professional and what is personal.
Yeah.
Right? LinkedIn, yes, it's your professional network where you connect with people from the industry to take learning from them. You create network, right? While Insta, yes, that's your personal Insta reels and all. I don't know what you call it and how you make it. I even don't know yet, right? So I was asking my team if they want to have some Insta pictures outside, but that's how it is. I don't. So there could be few roles or few industries which will have some impact on social media as a personality check, but not in core professional hiring. Any organization they will not. Second, more than anything, you should look at LinkedIn as your personal branding. When I say personal branding, as is your individual branding for your personal, your time, how you spend out with family, all friends, that is Insta. But how you do in your professional life, be it like today you are a student, right? So how things move in your student life, that is the storyline that you should have to define you as a person. Okay, so don't worry, Insta is not a problem. If you are not on Insta, companies usually don't check on the personal traits of a person while hiring like this, but they surely want to check how the person is on LinkedIn. Even when I hire, I try to spend some time and look at the person LinkedIn profile. And how many of you looked at my LinkedIn profile before this session today? That shows that what you do on LinkedIn. Everybody raised hand when we
Your
were talking
daily
that you
login.
use LinkedIn. Yes. I asked, you use every day? Yes. You knew I'm coming and I'm from HCL Tech. So you did not look at HCL Tech side and you did not look at my LinkedIn. So that shows where you are not aligned with the right usage of LinkedIn. Creating a login and just sending friend requests to 1,000 people every day is not usage of LinkedIn. Or just liking post of everybody on anything. That's not what LinkedIn is. LinkedIn is for you, not for other people. You have to create your own brand. Okay, so that answers.
Yes, sir. Thank
So
you so
I would
much.
add on
Good
few
question.
things with sir answer. One thing is LinkedIn is your profile development. Fine. Another use of the social media could be like this: if you are writing a technical stuff, if you are writing a good blogs on the social media, and if you are mentioning those blogs to your social media platforms. So this will showcase to anyone, okay, how good you are technically. So start writing technical things. So second point, what sir mentioned about the communication. Communication is not about only the verbal communication, but your writing skills will again play a very critical role. So I think you all must start whatever the technology you know well, you start finding it and you write your own things into this. So blog writing, article writing will play a very critical role and help you to get place. So thank you. Any another question in the first?
Good question. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Sparsh Bansal. My question is related to the interview, of course. I am a person to whom you will ask to solve a problem in 5 minutes. I won't be doing it. My mind is not working properly in a very constrained things. But if you will give me a project uh, in which I have to work on a very complex things, I will work it out in 1 week. So I'm a person of project development rather than the coding person, like the competitive coding person. But in the interviews, we have rounds, and the most critical round we have the coding round, in which we have to solve problems in a very time constraint. So that is a very big issue for like me, people who are more into the project part, who observe more problems and then solve them in a by taking time. So how to tackle that?
Tricky one.
And most of the students face the same problem, I think.
Okay,
Huh?
so one is the coding question that any organization they give at the time of interview. It's not really that tough, unless like obviously our organization come for one offer and say, okay, I will pay 15-20 lakh as CTC, then obviously they would want to pick the best out of it. So let's keep that type of hiring aside. Now, a regular hiring, which any IT service company does, one is, yes, we want to look at that you have the basic knowledge of the concepts, and that is how the question and the timings are decided. So it's not that we give a very tough question and very less time. Okay. Now, coming to in that specific situation, what you can do is you have to understand that for interview, it's a very short window that everybody gets, right? Okay, let's make it simplest for you. You all have exams. There is
Yes,
a
sir.
timer on exam.
Yes, sir.
2 hours, 3 hours.
Yes, sir.
How you do it then?
So we prepare for that.
Prepare for this also.
Okay, sir.
Just think over it. You know that you will get a short window. And my daughter just moved into 10th class. I said your knowledge will not help you if you don't have that speed to cover everything in those 3 hours.
Right.
So maybe you are very good in coding. Maybe you want to be very thorough with whenever you attempt something. But how you will justify in that few minutes of the interview or your coding test, right? So that's where, and good that you know that this is your area where you need to work on. So you have time to really get that speed to be able to cover within those that time frame. Okay.
sir. Thank you, sir.
And adding to this, there will be one more important thing. If you are going for the interview, what is the job description? So prepare well for that particular job role and look into the job description. Fine. So it will help. So thank you so much. Now we end with the session 1. Now we'll begin with the session 2, where we will discuss about the post-boarding expectation by the employer and the employee. So as we were looking to the trends, sir, companies are laying off. So what are the expectation of the employer with the employee when they lay off the employees? Is the recession is the only reason, or there are the few other factors which impacts?
Okay. I should stand up again, right? Still awake, everyone? Yes? Look at your left, right. If the person is sleeping, wake them up. Okay. So one is, it's not recession, it's a correction. Let's not have that fear of recession. Let's understand it's a correction. And when correction happens, yes, there are people who will get impacted with it. Now, who gets impacted? Who will get impacted? Just think over it. Think over it's your business. Correct. People who have not scaled up, people who have scaled up only in the money or from on CTC or on experience, but not on the skill. Why an organization should pay somebody 10 lakh to do the job when the same job can be done by a fresher? Correct? Logical thing. If you have your own business, what are the factors of business? The two factors of business is revenue and cost. That will give you the net, your margins. Correct? So if revenues are not going up because of economy situation, then what will you do? Take the cost down. And for any type of business, the biggest cost is people. And that is where the correction happens. It's not easy for any organization to let people go. Not easy. Replacing a person, hiring a person and training again, it's much, much higher cost for an organization. And obviously, it has a dent on the brand also. So if a big organization is letting people go, that means there is a situation, the decision that organization is taking to sustain the business, not to shut down the business. Now, how you can be still more relevant and you can still have your job safe is keep upskilling yourself, right? And how you will do that? And that's the start of the question, that once you join the organization, how you will stay relevant. That is, you should have that openness to keep learning, keep moving, keep growing, have that adaptability to keep adding more skill set to your profile. Just BTech CS is not a career. And you all are technical. You should understand that every 3 to 6 months, there is something or the other which disrupts the market or which disrupts the technology. Right? There are some technologies which goes up very fast and then they also go down very fast. And there are technologies which keep going upward. So you should keep yourself very, very relevant. Now, when you join an organization, first thing that organization will expect from you is that you should have that hunger to learn. You should have that adaptability and openness to understand what your project manager or what your trainer wants. Some people say, I don't want to do testing. Some people say, I want to do just coding. Some people say, I want to do only networking. Why that rigidness? Technology is technology. Why you believe that software engineer is considered to be a IAS? It's not. As long as you are relevant in the organization, you are generating revenue and business for the organization will take care of you. The moment they find that yes, either you are underutilized, not skilled, or not upskilled, then yes, you will be on that firing line. So when we discuss the first question, how you should prepare, this is one factor which will have the second phase when you join the organization. And that's what I said, create a habit of adaptability, openness. Okay. So that's very important. Recession, let's not look at that ways. It's a correction. It's going to be very, very competitive this time. And sorry, sir, but that's the fact. I'll give you some calculations. How many BTechs pass out every year? Any number? Anybody knows? 14 lakh. How many people get good jobs? 5 lakh. Out of that, how many are consumed by top IT service companies? 3 lakhs. Very good. So that calculation you have done. Some good usage of social media and internet. Or it was usage because of fear. Okay, so good. Now, 2022 batch. There are still a lot of people who are jobless. There are still a lot of people who are not onboarded. And so that pool is there, available, right? Outside in job market. That is one pool. Second pool is there are a lot of layoffs happening. That's also a big pool. Trained, bilkul, master log, right? People anywhere between 1 year to 20 years of experience been laid off. So pura variety that is there outside in the market. So job market mein you have 2022 pool. You have trained people of previous years. Now 2023 pool is passing out. And right now the placement rate, which usually by this time of the year has been around 80% plus for the top pool. Right now it's only 20-25%. Only good colleges where they have good partnership with the organizations, good relations, there they got offers cleared, but lot of colleges are still waiting. So first pool is 2022 not onboarded. Second pool is laid off. Third pool is 2023 passing out. So when your campus placement season starts? August. So by August, you can calculate now how many lakhs will be available in the job market. Scared? Worried? Yes? No? It's good to be worried sometimes. because that brings in seriousness. So that means this campus season, it's all going to be game of the excellence or the expertise that you carry rather than volumes. You are not just going to compete within your college. You are going to compete with lakhs of people who are already jobless outside. And people who are laid off, they are skilled, they are trained, and they will agree to come on lower salary. Why should a company hire a fresher then? A company has to invest a lot of money to train a fresher. And that's why IT service industry, it starts slow in CTC. Why? Because there is a long time that IT company has to go through to train a fresher and make that person billable. So the point is that yes, it's going to be tough campus season, and you are expected to be really strong. You should know, one is yes, flexible. Don't be too rigid. That no, I want that type of JD, that type of company, that location, right, or that CTC. वो that वाला नहीं चलेगा. You have to be open and be flexible to accept, because once you have placement, then only you can think of onboarding. And once you are onboarded, then be flexible. Then you can think of that. Yes, you will have a career. So everything is sequential. Okay. Okay. So questions?
Yeah, thank you, sir. So in second session about post-boarding expectations, we have 5 most important outcomes here. Most importantly, we are saying it's recession, but after a long time, IT industry has a correction. So next most important thing, takeaways: upgrade your skills. So keep upgrading your skills. Third is you must be relevant for the organization. So as sir is serving the HCL, I think for 2 decades. So it means he has proven he is the most relevant person for the organization. So this is another way to looking out. So relevancy to organization is a very key factor, and upgrading your skills is definitely play a critical role. Fourth most important outcome of this session, or we can say the expectation by the employer, is they are looking for the multitasking, multi-purpose employees. So if at one point of time, if you are not fit enough for a one job, you should be able to serve the another kind of the role and responsibility. So you always be prepared for the multiple roles and for the multiple jobs. And the last key, what I took from the sir words, is excellence is the key. So whatever you are doing, you should have a excellence of that. So right now we may have the questions about this. So from the employee side, this side we got it from the sir what exactly the employer is looking, but from the employee side, what exactly you look for the post board expectations. Any questions? Yeah.
Sir, actually, I have 2 questions. One being, as you just mentioned, that there are people who are skilled and experienced and they are laid off and they are ready to work at our CTCs. So what gives us edge over those kind of candidates? Like, obviously, if company has that option, why would they go with the fresher?
So there will be balance of both sides of it. There will be companies who will go for taking a person who is trained, because you don't have to invest in training again. But the other perspective, which a lot of companies look at, is to continue with the right pyramid level. So I'm not sure in BTech, obviously that may not be very relevant, but in MBAs, this is one of the topic of pyramid, right? So organization pyramid is that you cannot, while decision making pyramid you can invert, but in terms of hierarchy pyramid you cannot invert too much. And you cannot have too much of heavy layer of middle management or experienced people coming in while your freshers goes down. That is value system, or you can say strategic decision, which a lot of organization follow. Even HCL Tech follows. So even whatever is the case, HCL Tech has been hiring even in 2008. When companies were firing, we were hiring.
So some of
And
the dream companies follow
dream
this plan.
companies.
I mean, at the end of the day, we all have some of the other dream companies, like Apple or Amazon or Flipkart or etc. or even HCL4. So, do these every company does that?
If
have?
HCL Tech is the dream company, I will take care. Flipkart and Amazon, I can't comment. Okay. But it's every organization decision, right? Some companies may do lesser numbers, some companies may defer hiring, some companies may hire mix of freshers and laterals. So that is company-wide decisions. Every organization will look at how their business can be sustained. Look, it's important to sustain the business then rather than to keep taking the dent on the margins month on month. All companies, they don't have big pockets to keep hitting their margins, right? So that is one way. But I think, as I said, if you are a fresher and you keep that edge on to be able to clear the interview in terms of your technical knowledge, in terms of your communication skills, in terms of your aspirations, and you show that organization that yes, your focus is to be part of the organization and grow with the organization rather than first is कि CTC चाहिए, second is ठीक है एक साल जॉब करेंगे then we'll switch and take 30% 40% hike, फिर एक साल बाद फिर switch करेंगे, फिर एक साल बाद फिर switch करेंगे, right? सो हर चीज का एक पीरियड होता है. ऑब्वियसली 2021 बैच उनको एग्जाम्स भी नहीं देना पड़ा, 4 जॉब ऑफर भी था हाथ में, चूज कर रहे थे किस में जाना है किस में नहीं जाना है. सो द टाइम कीप्स मूविंग अप एंड डाउन, बट दैट डजंट मीन. So one way is we keep regretting that wow 2021 batch they were lucky and we are not lucky. Second is we get ourselves ready to be able to survive the tough times. So there is a saying, tough times doesn't last, tough people do. Go with that.
So another question I had was, you just mentioned about correction. So means, is this correction making the market move a certain other way? Like, are there certain domains which you could say are going to get extinct within a year or so? Like the requirements for hiring, will they die up? Like, for example, in web development also, you could see it is also moving towards Web3. And means all industries are moving towards AIs and all. So, are there certain domains for which the requirements might, you could say, extinct or just get endangered in a few years?
So as I already said few minutes back, change itself is changing so fast. Technology is upgrading with the fastest pace we can even think of, right? So it is very important that you keep yourself relevant to the market. As I was saying, just BTech may not work. And when you start BTech, so it's a 4-year course. While your college management, they keep trying to get more of industry partnerships and to keep upgrading or adding those technology interference or inclusions into your course or 4 years period. But it's self-responsibility also, right? College can't go too much beyond the curriculum and credit system and all, but that doesn't stop you from learning yourself. And I'm not saying just keep learning and keep paying your online certifications. It's a good thing in one way, but don't think of just paying, doing that certification if it's not adding value to you, right? So you should be BTech not by degree. You should be BTech here. What is BTech? Engineer. And engineer is supposed to be disruptive. Correct? So don't be engineer by your degree. You should be engineer by your thought process. Okay?
Thank you, sir. I'm amazed with the one data, sir. I was just searching out the question she asked. Most of the big giant companies like Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft have laid off thousands of the employees, but HCL still have the remained steady growth and this hardship. How you exactly maintaining this period?
So, while obviously I will not say why those companies laid off, but I can say what HCL Tech does. So, for us, it is important that we take cautious decisions, right? It's not that HCL doesn't have bench. It's not that HCL is not struggling. Every IT service company is struggling right now because the the economy factors that we have from US, Europe, the Russian war, right? Russia-Ukraine war, it has a ripple effect. Then now this SoftBank. So all this adds or creates a problem down the line where in the same industry as well as cross industries. But there are some values and visions that HCL Tech carries, and this is all the way from senior leadership, right? So, in this batch 2022, we all know that companies are struggling to onboard, and a lot of companies, IT service companies, have not even onboarded their freshers yet of batch 2022. One clear decision we took at HCL Tech, and this was the discussion that I had with our CEO, and he said very clearly, Ashish, we will onboard everybody, whatever it takes.
That's a great decision.
And I'm proud to say that we onboarded everybody of 2022 offer.
So HCL will be your dream company for
Yeah, that's I think the definition of dream company you have to look at.
the values, core values of a company. What they
Dream
have.
company is which pays more CTC, or dream companies which gives you career and which gives you peaceful sleep.
That
We all can go home, my team, we all can go home, sleep well. We don't have to worry कि कल सुबह access card बंद हो जाएगा. A lot of companies fired people this way. सुबह ऑफिस गए access card बंद है, नहीं चल रहा है, पता लग गया we are fired. रात को सो रहे हैं, मेल आ गया रात को कि कल से ऑफिस नहीं आना है. More or less, there was an instance, बहुत सारे लोगों को calls पे लिया गया और उस call पे बोल दिया गया, you all are fired. Right? So
it
this
means
is
be
the comfort.
cautious while choosing your company.
Absolutely.
So we ended with the second session. Now we move to the last session. So last session is very important. It might become once you will join your company, maybe after 4 or 5 years. But talking to this thing is very relevant at this point of time. Sir, how to balance professional and the social life? It's a very important thing.
Professional, personal life. Coming to the
social, personal, each and every.
My favorite topic these days: work from home. How many of you are fan of or want work from home? Be open. We are not clicking pictures right now. Very good. It's important. It helps. Yeah. I'll come to the depends part. So, if work from home can be done, why you are doing full-time BTech here? Why not online technical learning? Personality development, who said? Yes, some answers are already there with these 2-3 people. Some other people should answer. Yeah. Discipline, work and that personality development, good. You get good environment. घर में अच्छा नहीं है. Fun environment, है ना? Management skills, proper culture, okay. Peer group, मस्ती करने का मिलता है. घर वाले तो बोलेंगे पढ़ते रहो, okay. Yeah, peer group. Mindset development. For all these reasons you come to college. पढ़ने के किसी ने नहीं बोला. So industry exposure. Huh? Okay. Now let's go a few minutes back. Why all this is not required when you join an organization? कोई बात नहीं, मुझे आंसर नहीं करो. Answer yourself. अपने आप को आंसर करो. Why these are not required? Peer group, development, discipline, culture, people, professionalism. Yes, we believe that we have done our college. अब हमें सब आता है. अब जॉब सिर्फ पैसा कमाना है. Now let's go few more minutes back. There was a question: how we stay relevant, or why a company should hire you? Why a company should hire you then? If you don't have that zeal of keep upskilling yourself. In college, you learn in class, and you do a lot of learning outside the class. Your personality development, or how you interact with people, your peers, right? There are a lot of topics about outside world. कोई बताएगा, okay, इस कंपनी में ये प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है, इसमें ये हो गया, या फायर कर दिया. You all will get those point of view gets developed. ये सब सीखने को कहाँ मिलता है? बाहर, right? When you come out of the house. I'm not saying you don't learn at home. What you learn at home, your values and your roots. But outside world will tell you how to survive in outside world. How to survive with in an organization, how to keep learning, grow, as well as work from home. मतलब work at home, work from home, work at home, work for home. Right? Why you want to take your office home? Home is home. What you expect? What we expect when we go home? Comfort, family, care, spending time with them, sharing, right? Why you want to create that office environment of whole day? Your drawing room is your work room, your bedroom is your work room. Why? This is the problem of work-life balance. When you go home, it's home. It's not that we don't work at home. Bad luck, my team, sorry. I know when we go home, we have to carry on with some part of our work, right? But that's because of our responsibility. It's not that we have made our home as our office. So think over it. Really, do we want to make our home as our office? That is on that personal and professional balancing. And the other side is that your learning, your development, your growth. Do you think you can keep growing in your career working from home? You can't. You will not be. Hybrid? Yes, it's a good model because that balances out your time, right? And you can balance your work and your personal time bit better. So my team does 4 days a week from office. One day, Friday they do from home. So that's the type of hybrid model we work. Do you want to work from home permanently? Permanently, I said. Okay. So I think let's see. And we are the ones who decide. It's unfair to say that this organization has a problem and it does not give me work-life balance. It is us. We have to decide how we want to balance our personal time, our professional time, and where we want to work at what time. We all have family at home, right? When you are working at home or from home, your family will not understand. There will be a lot of distractions. मम्मी आएगी बेटा खा लो थक गया होगा कॉल चल रहा है तो बात नहीं पीछे से खाना खा लो पहले फटाफट कोई नहीं देख रहा है बंद कर लो just think this session is happening online just imagine this session is happening online अब अपने आप को इमेजिन करो आप कहां बैठ के ये कॉल ले रहे होते और किस हालत में होते let's be practical we are grown ups right you're not school kids when my school kids had online classes I had to push them sit in front of camera but not us so it is in your hands to balance out and it's very very important okay
So thank you so much, sir. We are short with the time. It's 4:25. So we ended with all the sessions. And only the two most important takeaways for this session I have. One is learn your values and the roots, which is very important to balance out with your professional and the personal life. And the most important thing, another thing, keep away home from office and vice versa. That's the most important thing. So thank you so much, sir. We had a great session with you. Any question regarding this last session? And after this, we'll having words from the team members.
Any questions? It's a sensitive topic, so let's see what questions here. It's okay, I can hear. That's fine. Go ahead.
Good evening, sir. So my name is Siddharth. Sir, my question is regarding this balance and relevant to a job. So you said that we have to be relevant to the job role we are in, and also we have to balance. And in college, like we are told that stick to one domain, learn it with your whole heart, and be the master of it. But how to cope up with managing different kind of skills at the same time?
So your college says domain.
Yes, sir.
They don't say the exact technology.
Yes.
It's a domain.
Yeah.
So, and today, if you start putting up what all in that domain, it is so vast.
Yes, sir.
So that is how you should see. Domain is, they don't say it's very specific thing. Okay, you just learn .NET, that's fine for your life. Right? So it's, don't mix domain and that specific technology or elective.
It is a personal question, like being a person myself, so I get easily distracted with, like suppose there is one domain and I have to learn different kind of skill set in that, then I get easily distracted. How to cope with that?
It's so that means that your distraction is not a negative thing because that means you get interested in other areas also.
Yes.
Right? So if you have that interest in other areas, that means you have to expand your learning capability. So अपने electives करो साथ में दूसरे electives भी कर लो. It is you have to train your mind to be able to learn more, and it's a good thing. Believe me, if you see the chess, this is also an interesting area. Then this is also an interesting area. Then you have to see how you're going to match this, or how you're going to change your speed to catch up with all those areas also. And that's what will make you different for a just a BTech. Okay?
Don't say destruction. Take it in a positive way. It will help you.
It's positive.
Change your look out on this thing. They're making ready yourself for the multiple areas. That's good. Yes, exploration is the right word.
Yep.
So take it in a positive way. So we are really running short with the time. It's 4:30. We'll take only one last question. Yeah.
From sir. Yes.
We'll take a question from the students.
He
Okay,
has a question.
sir. Fine. So this will be a last question because we have few more chats from the team members, and by 4:40 we'll just wind up the session.
Okay, so you all will get very less time.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I've taken more time. Yeah.
Good evening to you, sir. My question is, across the world nowadays, innovation engineering के बारे में बातें हो रही हैं. So, what is the future of innovation engineering in India? Because there was a differentiation between then clouds to virtualizations, and now पूरे world में जो है innovation engineering की बात हो रही है. So, what is the future of this particular area in India, and that too with your esteemed organization, sir? Thank you.
Sir, today the problem is shelf life of every technology has gone down. Every technology has a very short shelf life. Either it get expanded, or it get clubbed with other technologies, or it becomes redundant. And that is where what we need to do is, while obviously we can't predict future too much, but whatever we can see as a short term and a long term progression of technology, right? We should keep ourselves aligned with it. But we can't presume too much, because cloud, the way it was hyped, then it gone in different direction. Meta, right? People are fired from Meta. Who believed that? And Meta was so hyped. So that is where I think we need to be, and that this is the word I've been using multiple times: adaptability. Be open to adapt to those problems and find your solution to reach still where you want to go.